It's not. This applies to any Agile team, frankly. But if you get something, so by show of hands, how many of you know what growth mindset is versus fixed mindset? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is really, really, really important. If you have a team that has this mindset, failures and limited my abilities, either I'm good or I'm not. When I'm frustrated, I give up. I find the one neck to choke because things went wrong. You're not going to get very far with Agile. You have to actually have the mindset that we can make a mistake. If we get challenges and things don't work, we can get better from it, right? We get improved. I remember, or I know of an organization that I've worked with where they evaluate people based on individual contribution. So even though they're saying, hey, be an Agile team, be part of this, culture, we want you to be collaborative. But they go, you know what? I get evaluated and I get a bonus based on what I did. Not what you do. So I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not necessarily going to share because, so you have to be very careful with the mindset. You might have the best intentions of your distributed team, but if you don't get this part right and the mindset's not there, Agile really doesn't exist without this growth mindset. You must have the ability for people to do this, and leadership should instill this, that this is what we value. Another one is the boss and the leader. I love this picture. It came from a blog called Not a Factory anymore. The boss, right, is telling everybody, here's what to do. They're adding to the weight of the work. They're sitting on it while everybody's pulling, while on the other side, you have the leader who is, I'm going with you, right? Like our mountain climber this morning who, we're all going together. We're all going up the mountain together. So this is a big difference, right? And again, this is what we call servant leadership in Agile. This, if you don't have this, again, you're in trouble. If all you have is, quote, the boss, and the boss tells everybody what to do, it's not going far, right? Because people will not think for themselves. They'll say, you know what, I did what the boss said, I shouldn't get in trouble, but they take no responsibility for what they do. People should own their own work. Very important as well. And then this is another one that I show a lot, came from these guys at Project Brilliant. I like their picture, which basically shows what we call kind of this Agile tree, right? A lot of people love to focus on. I used to be the director for services for a very well-known Agile tools company throughout Asia. And a lot of people would just go and buy a tool. And they go, we'll just install a tool, we'll set that up, and then we're an Agile organization. That doesn't happen. It absolutely does not happen. You actually have to get the Agile manifesto and the principles and the business people and developers working together and the software over just comprehensive documentation. You got to get that stuff right. If all you do is just focus on leaves, if you have a tree and all you have is leaves and branches with no root, what do you have? It's all going to fall down. It's a dead tree, right? It's just dead leaves and branches. You have to have this base. So now, whether you're a co-located, distributed team and far away, your team's far away, you have got to get the principles and values. This is the core. It's not that I've got this tool or that tool. It's not that, we've got Scrum. Scrum is awesome if you've got the Agile manifesto in your team instilled as well. Okay? So these are some of the questions. I'm not